Rate, savadikap, savadikap.
How are you?
Good. Thank you. Ginny, welcome to number 20 talk show with Mario. It's getting more and more exciting. I would like to thank you, of course, for this chance to have you on live. And I'm so excited, like millions of Liverpool fans as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be already players many before me.
Yes. We will talk today about your career, you know, because of course when you're on top level, many of the fans, they just know like you are in Liverpool, you are doing so many things, you know, great. But we will talk also a little bit about your career before, you know. You were born in Rotterdam, and you didn't like football so much when you was a kid, you know. Can you just tell us your beginning, how actually everything starts for Ginny?
Yeah, what you said. I didn't like football so much. I liked it, but that was not the first sport what I liked at that moment. I loved at that moment I loved gymnastics, but my grandma said it was too dangerous to do. I had to stop with it, and second was football, and also because all my friends played football, so no one did gymnastics. I only had one girl in my class that basically did so at that moment it was difficult to do gymnastics, so I did football with my friends. So
yes, but where you started? Okay, just I want to ask you something. You know, it's a little bit sensitive. You know, it's beginning of our conversation, but can you tell me, like, I know that you grow up with separate parents, you know, and how much I have the same situation. Many young kids, many ex-teammates, you know, people in football as well. How much this push you in life in general and in football as well?
It pushed me a lot. Also because I lived with my mother until I was 5. Then she moved from Rotterdam to Amsterdam, and because I was used to be around my grandma with cousins, I asked if I could stay, and my mother didn't want that in the beginning, but because I asked her a few times and I asked my grandma if I could stay, my grandma said it was okay, and my grandma asked my mother, so I stayed with my grandma from my 5th to my 19th. And it was really difficult. As you know, when you're young children need a mother and a father in their life. So it would be nice if you can have it, but I didn't have it. So I was lucky that my grandma and my aunts and even my mother, because she lived in Amsterdam, but she came almost every week to Rotterdam. So I saw her a lot of times. So I was lucky with that, but still hard, you know. Parents are together, and they can be with the children. But I have to say, I had all the love of family around me. So my youth was quite good, even that I didn't was with my parents together. I still enjoyed my youth, but it was hard. I think for every child, hard because every child deserved have parents that are together, but you know it's not always possible.
It's not always possible, definitely.
Do with the situation.
But this may make us more stronger, you know, like persons, you know, definitely.
Many. Of course, and I think also because the place where I'm from in Holland is a quite tough area, and you know,
this is why you're tough guy, you know.
Yeah, I can help myself out in situations, but you know,
but it's good always to share, you know, because some of the kids, you know, in Thailand and around the world, they will watch this, and we always need to give some examples, you know, never give up, you know, believe in yourself, doesn't matter what's going on around you. This is life, you know, it's football life, let's say. Many examples in football.
Yeah, you know, you have players that grew up with their father and some players only with their father, some players only with their mother. But I think you know you can make it even if your parents are separate.
Yes.
You know, you
Okay,
just,
brother. Let's. This was a little bit, like sensitive. Let's come back on football. We are better in football talk. Then you play. Your first club was Sparta Rotterdam.
yeah.
Before you move in Feyenoord. Just
Yes.
tell us, about Sparta a little bit, and then we will talk about special club Feyenoord.
Yeah. Yeah. Sparta. I went to Holland. They said like a talent day where a lot of children can show how good they are to make a chance to come in the academy of Sparta. So I went to that day. I think it was 1996. I was 6 years at the time, and to be fair, I was not that good like all the other players. I realized that when I came into the academy and I played with players in my team, I was not that good as them. But that was because I just started football, because my interest was not really with football, was with gymnastics. So yeah, even on the talent day, you had a lot of good players, but I think I did well enough, and I think also that I was lucky that that they chose me to go to join their academy, and from that moment I started to play football like on a daily basis with my friends, and I think it was at that time was under 7. It was like 2 times in a week you train. It was on a Friday, and on a Saturday you had a game. So you didn't train a lot. You played more. You played more football on the street than basically on the pitch. But it was a really great time. You know those times when you're young, it's only about enjoying, not about basically winning and everything. Win, even when you lose, you're gonna cry and those things. You know those things. But it was really nice to enjoy like playing football. So yeah, that's what I had when I went to the academy, and then I played for I think was 7 years more for Sparta, and then I moved.
And then Feyenoord came.
Yeah, Feyenoord came when I was 13, and
Yes, this is the first time actually when I saw you. I still remember the hairstyle completely.
yeah, I had long hair.
Now. And then I remember Gini from another position. This is also so interesting for me because you was like you were number 10 later, and then you was like attacking midfielder. Okay, just some words about Feyenoord, because even one game you score, I think against Groningen, you scored 4 goals.
Yes.
And you was playmaker, and this stadium, it's also few of Serbian players play there, and just tell us about Feyenoord. It's special club, it's the Kuip Stadium is something, historical stadium. Just some things, and then we will go to PSV, and then I will ask you after again something for Feyenoord as well.
Yeah, Feyenoord. That was the club that I support since I was young. The same city from the club. My friends support Feyenoord. My family support Feyenoord. They loved Ajax also at that moment because 1995 when they won the Champions League. Also a few players who are Surinamese played in that, so they support the players who are Surinamese. So they were playing for Ajax, so they support Ajax also. We loved, basically I loved Feyenoord more than Ajax, and my family also, but because of the players who were playing in that team at that moment, that's why they support Ajax. But I think my family and I, we support Feyenoord since I was young. So for me, I always play for Feyenoord, but it was not that easy to leave Sparta because I joined Sparta when I was young, and the opportunity to play in academy. They helped me a lot because it was Sparta was first in Rotterdam West, in West Rotterdam in Spangen, and then they moved to the east, where it was difficult to come if you didn't have a car. So
Yes.
my grandma didn't have a car; she don't know how to drive. So it was difficult for me to go to the training and everything. But Sparta, um, arranged that I could go to train. They arranged a car for me and a driver. So every time when I had to train, the driver picked me up from school, bring me to the training, and after training, he brought me home. So Sparta did everything what they could for me, so I could play football.
Yes.
And that made it also hard to leave the club because they did a lot for me. I was there, and the people loved me there. I loved the people at Sparta. So at that moment, it was a really difficult choice to leave. And but yeah, I still made it because Feyenoord, was my dream club since I was young. And it was difficult, but at the end, the choice to move to Feyenoord.
Yes, great choice. I need to.
Yeah.
I must mention one thing. Your debut was you are the youngest player who ever played. I'm not sure now in later, but when you played there, you was like 16 years old, and I don't know how many days.
Yeah, 16.
Just share with us this moment. Like you said, you struggle in life with some things.
Yeah, it was
just
not.
how this happened.
Yeah, basically it started when I went from Sparta to Feyenoord. I came there at the academy. Feyenoord basically did the same like Sparta. They helped me with going to the training, with school, with everything what they could help me with. They helped me. They even helped me with a house because my mother lived in Amsterdam at that time, and she wanted to come to Rotterdam. So for me and my brother was the best news we could have because what I just said is always important if you're a child that you have your mother and father. So when she said that she wants to come to Rotterdam, was big news for me and my brother. And it was difficult to find a house, but Feyenoord helped us with a house, so she could move into an apartment. And they helped me to basically make it to the first team. So from the beginning that I came there, they helped me a lot, gave me a lot of good opportunities to develop, with the training and everything, play with good players, train individual with coaches who played for the first team. And at my 16th, I made my debut there.
Yes.
This
is huge, huh? This is huge with 16, to play in such a big club. And you did also, I have many friends from Holland also, and you did. And I follow you. We are not the same generation. We are not we are closest age, let's say like this, close age, And you did so many good things in Feyenoord, and this is actually when your face comes on TV, and everybody knows who is in it. Then you moved to PSV, and now we will talk about PSV. How big? We know they are big rivals.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
they are big rivals, and then probably you want to win something. This is like maybe this move happened because of this. Just tell us how this happened, and the rest is history. Of course, you did amazing job in PSV, but tell us this moment when you moved there, how the fans react and how everything happened.
Yeah, they were the fans from Feyenoord were really angry. I think it was a sad story in basically at the time because Feyenoord was in a really difficult situation. They didn't have a lot of money at that time to buy players or to develop the club, and normally you want your players because I was basically a player of the club. I'm from Rotterdam. I came through the youth to the first team. So for the fans it was really hard when they hear that I was in the club because I was one of their own, and for them it felt as betrayed because they always supported me even when I played bad. bad games or didn't do that well, they still supported me. So what they expected from me at the time was that I just basically stay at the club and help the club go forward again. But things didn't go how it should go with everything. The conversations that I had with the club were a little bit difficult. So at that moment, I chose to make the next step. I spoke with my agent about options I had. I had a lot of options to go abroad, but at that moment, I was not
ready.
basically.
Was not ready to move.
Yeah. So PSV already in the winter, but at that time I thought it was not a good moment to leave, and at that moment I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay at Feyenoord, but because how things went, I was thinking about other things, and I was looking at my options. So basically PSV was the option for me, and I spoke with them, even that I didn't really wanted to go. Still spoke with them, and I spoke with the manager at that time, Fred Rutte, and the chief executive. That was Marcel Brandt, who is now the chief executive of Everton. And they give me such a good feeling that basically I really wanted to go immediately. Yes. Basically, that's how it went. It was also a difficult time for me because the supporters in Rotterdam, they were so angry at me, and because
okay, let's connect. You said they were so angry. Do you remember the first time you go back with PSV and play in De Kuip Stadium? How was the atmosphere? Huh?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. They whipped the whole.
They was good, or for you was good?
That was a good game for me. I had a chance to score, but I didn't score. So I think it was 2-0. We lost 2-0. Was a difficult game. Was a difficult stage in my career, but I was happy that I had a game like that because when you play in a stadium that they are all against you,
yes.
They win every ball that you get. You also have to deal with those kind of situations. So basically, it helped me a lot to develop. But I wish it was different. That when I come back, that they basically applaud and sing for me. But because of the situation, they were still angry and they whistle. So it was so funny. Every ball that I get, they start whistle. But I deal with the situation quite well, and I did it quite good. But they won the game in the end.
This is the great memories. This is why we play this game.
Yeah, even that they whistle, I still had like great memories about it.
Brate, you won. Finally, you won the Eredivisie with PSV. You became a captain of the team. You did so many good things, and you won also. You was the player of the year. And what is so difficult, let's say, for midfielder, normally top scorers, strikers, they get this award. And then come again, new challenge. Let's move on. It's Newcastle. It's Newcastle, and everything starts after that, bigger and bigger for you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it basically already began since I joined PSV. It was the next stage in my career to move the city that I love, the city where I grew up. To leave that behind me was quite tough, even that it was not that far. I think if you drive, it's just 1 hour and 15 minutes from Rotterdam to Eindhoven. But I still struggled. I think in my first and second season there at PSV. But after that, I had a really good time, and I think that also helped me to develop at Newcastle, because at that moment you're really gonna leave your country and you go to another country and another club. But at that moment I was ready for it, because I went to PSV. I had 4 seasons there, And what you just said, I turned champion. I won the cup. I was captain of a team. I was player of the year. So for me, it was the right moment to go to basically face a new challenge. And when the clubs came, I spoke with a few, but when I spoke with McLaren from Newcastle, I was the manager at that time. I was like, this is the right club for me at this moment, so I choose to go there.
Then you play there fantastic season individually, but the club struggled in the season in the Premier League. But you was the top. You scored. I think you was top scorer in the team. And what is also important to mention that you score against big teams. Liverpool, Manchester United, I think Chelsea. But if I ask you first thing in your mind, 12/6/2015, what do you think? Why this date is important for your career?
Was that the game that I scored?
12 June 2015.
12 June 2015.
Yeah. Can you remember? This was the game when you scored 2 goals against Liverpool. And many people think that you play fantastic, you just came in the league. But I still remember it's own goal, you shoot, but the ball touch.
Yeah, they should.
But this is goal. Actually, this is goal. They steal 1 goal from you. They steal from me as well a few times, but it's okay. And after that, Sissoko, through ball, and then 2-0, Gini. And many people talk about these goals, and about this game, because after that season you finish in Liverpool. And this is why I mentioned this was exactly the date, 12 June 2015. You need to remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And now, sorry.
Was a good game, Yes. We're in a difficult situation at Newcastle. But I don't know what it was. Against the big teams, we played quite well. So when we had to face Liverpool, what, we had confidence because we did it against big teams. We play good against big teams. So you also know in Newcastle with the supporters behind you, can give you a lot of confidence, a boost to the team. So we had confidence, and the way I was thinking, I was like, I'm just gonna play my game, trying to enjoy and do my best, and it worked out with 2 goals, one that they give as a own, another one. But I think the whole game, I think we as a team played well, really well. We were also lucky because I think Alberto Moreno scored a goal, and it was given offside, but it was not offside. But
I was watching this game on TV. I remember.
We enjoyed it a lot with Newcastle team at the moment. Yeah, for me it was, to be fair, every game that I played with Newcastle, almost every game I trying to enjoy, and especially against the big teams, because those are the games you want to play. When you think back when you're young, you want to play against the big teams. So I was just enjoying it, and it worked.
Okay, let's say it was a bad season for the club, good season for you, and then bang, Liverpool is there. How you felt in this moment when you heard that Liverpool is coming to take you? How actually this happened, no?
Yeah, it was a really good feeling. I had more options to go. There were a few clubs that want me. So, but the club as Liverpool wants to sign you, that to give you a really good feeling. I think Jurgen just stepped in. He didn't have the full. Brendan Rodgers was sacked, and then he took it over. So the season after it's going to be his first season, and he wanted to make signings. And I heard that I was one of them that he wanted to sign, and you know, when I had a conversation with him, yeah, it was a really good conversation. Before I spoke with him, I spoke with Pochettino, and he also gave me a really amazing feedback at that moment. That was before I spoke with Liverpool. I have to be honest, at that moment I wanted to sign for Tottenham immediately, but it didn't work out with the clubs. They didn't came to an agreement, and even me and even I and Tottenham didn't came to an agreement because the clubs didn't came to an agreement. So after that, I spoke with Klopp, and from the first moment it was so. Yeah, I was praying that I could sign for Liverpool, but yeah, it went quick when he said like he's gonna make it happen. 4 days later, I was a Liverpool player, so. You know that those moments in your career when you think back of it, even when I think back of it now, you know, it makes you really happy.
Okay, then so many good things in Liverpool. You're, let's say, a long time already in the club. You played 100 games. You know, we all know how difficult it is to play in one club 100 games. For example, Liverpool is such a big club, and so many great things, you know, memories. But in the last couple of days, of course, I get so many messages, you know, and if you don't mind, I will just take the paper and this is, you know, 5 questions for you from the fans, and then we will continue also to talk. The first one from Pike Pakmak. What did Jurgen Klopp told you before you entered the pitch and scored 2 wonderful goals against Barca? We'll talk about that also, but just...
What did he say? That's a good question. I think he just told me what I had to do. You know, come in the 16, trying to score a goal. Basically, the things of what we trained. He said. To be fair, I don't know everything he said, yes. But what he normally said, he should have probably said those things.
Okay, that's been nothing special. Okay, Adnan Barakat, my brother from Amsterdam.
Yeah, no.
Van der Vaart or Wesley Sneijder. You can choose only one from this two.
Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful player.
I love both of them, but I like left, you know, more than right.
Yeah, but he was both, so.
Exactly. Farares Fresh, do you have plans to visit Thailand again?
I think before I signed for Liverpool, I've been there. I've been to Bangkok and Koh Samui.
Koh Samui, yes.
Yeah, it was great, unbelievable. So yeah, I might gonna do it again.
Good. Trenta 66 Love. Since all players return to training, who is in the best condition?
Who's in the best condition? Should be Milner. Milner is always in
the best condition, eh?
Always. He's always fit, and he always you know, run a lot. I think he trains also a lot when he's off, so he's always the fittest player we have, no doubt.
Yes, and the last one is Alexis one, Messi or Ronaldo?
You know, I in a few interviews I said Messi, in a few I said Ronaldo. You know, I came to the conclusion that I don't think you should compare them with each other. You know, they do things, such amazing things. I think we should appreciate both of them. You know, what one player have, the other don't have, and what the other one have, the other don't have. So I like both of them. I would love to play with both of them. You know, I think they are both the best players in the world. I don't think it's fair to choose. You know, it also depends on what do you like. If you talk about who's the best dribbling player, you will say Messi. Who scores like unbelievable goals? Messi does also, and Ronaldo. You know, left, right, headers. You know, he's like complete. So what I just said, what one has, the other has. So I think they are both number one.
Brate, 3-0 in no camp, and one of the best games that away team play ever for me. I was watching, and this is my opinion. Liverpool played amazing game, and you lost 3-0 because Messi played in Barcelona. Then you come back, and many people said like second team, you know, many stories. You came inside, 2 goals. After the game, camera zoom, we see the emotions. Just tell us, probably millions of journalists and people, they are asking you the same questions, but just share with us how much this moment was important in your life in general, you know, for all family, for you, for everyone, you know.
Till now, if you ask the players, you know, I think this was the most beautiful moment when you speak about games. You know, winning trophies is the most beautiful thing it is. I think if you ask the players, they will say, we didn't win the Premier League yet, so that's gonna be, I think, also beautiful if you do it after 30 years. But winning trophies is the most beautiful thing. But the way we did it, I think it was unbelievable. What you just said, when we played the away game, it was, you know, for us it was so sad that we didn't brought it to a good end because we played so well, but we still lost. No, because they have a lot of quality in their team that can, even if a opponent plays better, they still can manage to win the game. It was really sad, but it also gave us confidence that if we can do this way, we can definitely do it with the fans, and we all know what it means and what it is to play like Champions League games at home. So when the manager came in the dressing room, he said that he was really proud of us and everything, and that at Anfield it will be basically a different game. And I'm feeling also. I also said to a few players, I remember I said to Sadio asked me like, do you think we can change it? And I was like, yeah, I have a really good feeling about it, that we lost 3-0. I had a really good feeling that we could change the situation. So, yeah, you know, that the game before the 3-0 was a really nice game, but the 4-0 at home, that was unbelievable. You know, it was one of the biggest comebacks in Champions League.
Yes, and in history of football, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it was unbelievable, and especially because I had a big part in it, because I scored 2 goals. But besides that, also how the team play, you know, how we defend, because I think everyone knows how difficult it is to defend Barcelona with the players they have, you know. Yeah, it is really difficult. So, and we still managed 4-4 and not concede 1. That's a big achievement, if you think about it.
I was in one nightclub in Bangkok, and I just followed because for me, to be honest with you, was not interesting to watch. I knew that some players are not playing. I'm just honest, you know, it's friends talk. And then it's different, you know, 6 hours plus, you know, we are 6 hours plus. And I remember I met some friends, and I was following on the live score, you know. And then last 30 minutes, I came back home and I watched, you know, but on beginning I was like, come on, Barca, just score 1. Sorry, but I love, you know, Barcelona, but this is also the true story, you know.
You're not even people. Even I have a cousin, he's supporting Barca. He was sad that.
Yes.
I'm really happy.
That's me now. You are finally boss in the house, huh? Finally, after 2 goals.
Yeah, no, because my family, I have family that support Real Madrid, but I also, a lot of family members of me support like Barcelona. So but I have a cousin who is like really big Barcelona fan, big Messi fan. So you know, even after the game, he was like complaining that Barca didn't score 1 goal. I was like, oh, your cousin just scores against them, you know. But yeah, it was unbelievable. What you just said, I think a lot of people thought like, okay, 3-0. If Barca scored one, it's over. They have to score 5. A lot of people, but still, I think the game was sold out at the stadium. The fans did. We as player believed it that we could change it, and yeah, it worked. So yeah,
Congratulations one more time. This was epic, epic moment, and
yeah, it
you
was.
deserve that. You deserve that. My Barca deserve more, but it's okay. We are waiting.
Yeah,
This season, it's okay.
maybe this year. You don't
Yes,
know.
maybe, but without fans, it's not the same. Then
Yeah.
can you we are coming slowly to the end of the talk and number 20 talk.
Yeah.
And can you maybe share some funny, like Dan shared with us with underwear when Klopp came inside.
Yeah. Oh,
This was the funny one, really. And do you have maybe some from some teammates, or just it's nice to hear, some moments from dressing room.
one. The underwear was funny, but one time I was with Sadio. We were sitting in the canteen of the training ground, and he came to me. When you have like Instagram, you have like the pictures that you post, and you have like Insta story or something like that, or LG, I don't know how they call it, something with story. And on the right side, you have like the icon with text. So that there, all the picture will come from people who tag you in their pictures. But Instagram, I think Instagram changed or something like that. So he didn't know. So his finger went on the right side, and he see all the pictures of people who were tagging him. But he didn't know that it was people that were tagging him in the picture. So he came to me, I'm so angry. Sadio, why are you so angry? He said, someone went on my Instagram and put all these pictures. So I was like, So I took the phone. I was like, Sadio, there's not someone on your Instagram. That are the pictures you are tagged in. So he was so angry. It was so funny to see. But it was like other people who tag him in pictures and come on the page. But Sadio didn't know that. So it was funny.
That means he's not so good on Instagram, huh?
He was not. Maybe now it changed, but the way it came to me, it was so funny.
Yes, this is the moment that you cannot explain. You must be there in this moment and to laugh.
Yeah, if you saw his face and the way everyone knows the way Sadio talk. Yeah, you will laugh. But yeah, that was a funny thing.
Yes, we will not talk about the Holland national team. Because then I can talk with you 3 hours. It's not the problem.
Yes,
but,
man.
No problem. For the national team, I know you're coming back. You will do so many things. But for me, let's say it's more important because you didn't play. Sorry, you was injured in 2013 when PSV played with SCG Muntong United. That's the best club in Thailand, definitely. And how you saw this atmosphere, stadium, the game, the players. What is you must promise me one day, when you retired or when you have time, maybe because we have different schedule, you must watch some games in Thai League, because around the world we all play football. We have also so many good foreigners and Thai players, local players as well. Do you maybe remember? I know it's so many games, but do you remember like the atmosphere you're feeling when you watch the game on SCG Stadium?
Yeah, well, it was a good feeling. It was even before the game. We went to the academy of a few teams there to basically not really train like football with children.
Yes.
They had a lot of children coming to the academies because they knew we were there. So we know already that we were loved there. Even you have much bigger teams in the world than PSV. So that was already a good feeling. And when we went to the stadium, I think the supporters supported us more than the own team. It was really nice to see.
Friendly
Really,
game, of course. This
yeah,
is
it was,
why we love Thailand.
yeah. So that's what I can remember from the game. I remember that Memphis scored a free kick.
Free
Was it
kick, yes, exactly.
2-0?
2-0, 2-0, yes.
Oh yeah,
2-0.
and scored one, I think.
I'm not sure who scored second, but was also end of the game.
Yeah, so that's what I knew from the game. I was injured at that time, so but the support were unbelievable, and the way the people treat us. Yeah, what I just said, it was already at the beginning when we saw how many children came to the academies to play because we were separate. So a few players on that academy, a few players to that academy. So when I spoke to the other players, they said also like it was so busy. I think all the children from the city just came to play and to see us and to have an autograph. So yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah,
as I said, you need to promise me and the fans that if you come again in Thailand, and if the league is still playing here, you must come and watch one Thai league game. Why not?
Play in the summer. We have vacation.
Oh, now they because of the virus. Normally we play from February to November, October, November, depend.
Possible.
That means whole year.
Okay.
Brate, last one.
Yeah.
Last one for you, for one of the biggest fans, Liverpool in Thailand, and one of the biggest sports journalists in Thailand, Nina Naka. Probably she is watching, this live. But her son Patrick asking you, how about your contract extension? Many messages, many stories, but of course, I respect Nina work and love for Liverpool.
I wish I could speak about that. That's something they should ask the club. They should write the letter to the club. The club should, speak about that situation. I'm just playing football, and
yes, I know.
So
okay. My job was just to ask, and
yeah,
so many messages came like ask for the contract, because people want to know, they love it.
Even me, when people see me, even when I drive to the train round and supporters see me in the car, when they open the window and I open my window, because I always, sometimes they want to say hello, so I open my window, ask me like, hey, when are you gonna sign the contract? You have to sign the contract and this and that. So I just say like, the club should answer that question.
Yes. Ginny, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Brate. It was really a pleasure, and I always said I am lucky guy that all people that I talk, they are so humble and just normal people, and I wish you all the best in life, I wish all the best for your family, for your children, and that's it. I really hope to see you soon, and if you can come in Thailand, why not? It's better, I don't need to fly to Liverpool, to London.
The weather is close.
Yes, really. One more time. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me and for all the fans here. And one more time, all the best, and see you soon.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
Come on, one time. Sawadee Cup for Thai fans. See you, Ginny. All the best. Bye bye.